A short while ago, we sent out a message to our entire UH community, over 60,000 faculty, staff, and students, regarding a set of changes we'll be making to begin to deal with the COVID-19 crisis here across the University of Hawaii system. This includes, as we had announced earlier this morning and had foreshadowed for several weeks, the need to move classes online from in-person. We provided further guidance on travel, including canceling non-essential out-of-state travel. We provided guidance on events. Earlier today, if you've been following the news out of the athletics world, along with the NCAA, both of our conferences to which we belong have not only canceled their tournaments that were underway, but have suspended all athletic conference competition for the remainder of the spring. We also announced that we would not be scheduling public events with over 100 people in enclosed spaces, following guidelines that have been used in many other places. So let me just close and then take questions by saying all of these are hard, they are impactful. We are really committed to help all of our students complete the semester, particularly those who are on track to graduate in the spring. And we want to maximize the safety of our students as well as our faculty and our staff and everyone who visits our campuses. These are general practices that will improve our social distancing. No plan is perfect, but we think each of these steps will help us and more importantly will help our students, our faculty, and our staff succeed. We believe we're looking at a pretty dark time as a nation and as a globe right now, and but we do believe we can come through this together stronger by working together and really caring for one another as we think about the impact of our own actions and decisions on others, and at the same time come out the other end of this even stronger with a set of practices and bonded together very well as a university community. So with that.
Why the April 13th? Why not just move it online for the rest of the semester since there's not much time after that?
That's about half the time that's left in between. Although I think things are going to get worse before they get better, we as a team want to be hopeful that it will have started getting better by then, at least in Hawaii. So we want to leave that option open, that if we are able to return to in-person classes, we want to be able to do so. So we'll be assessing constantly, and then we'll make that call when we can see which way things are headed.
So when students have to come back though, so I mean, what's kind of the deadline that you're going to make there?
We're not announcing a specific date. But we're not telling students to leave. Our dorms will be open, our libraries will be open, our labs will be open, the Warrior Rec Center will be open, there will be food available on campus. So we're not sending students home in any way, shape, or form. We're simply limiting in-person classes.
When will you make a decision on graduation?
We don't have a date for that decision. Again, we're going to be monitoring it, but those are large, complicated events, and if we have to do some kind of virtual graduation, we'll ensure that we have enough notice to be able to pull that off.
Will there be a fail date, though? Because a lot of people are making their plans, their travel plans.
I think anybody anywhere in this country who's making travel plans to go anywhere right now should be carefully thinking about that, not just for our graduation.
Will students get reimbursed in the argument that they are paying for a class and to be in person?
They're paying for a UH class, and they will get a UH class. Our faculty are committed and qualified. We offer many classes online already. Lots of our faculty have volunteered to help other faculty. We've been publicizing and promoting the tools that are available that are in wide use across the University of Hawaii already. And we've got another week also to help those that still have concerns that they're not ready. But we expect to and are committed to deliver an outstanding University of Hawaii education to every one of our students.
What have you had to do to logistically get ready for putting a lot of classes online where there were fewer putting so many on?
So a lot of it was updating guidance that we had previously developed for teaching during an emergency. So that has already been updated. We're offering seminars and workshops online, of course, for our faculty to help them understand how to use the tools that are available. We have at least one software license that we are upgrading to be able to handle expected increased use for teleconferencing. So it's those kinds of things.
What about students who have a hard time accessing online services, and that maybe even goes to faculty, because there's a lot of areas within this state where online service isn't as good?
So again, we're not asking students to leave the dorm. In fact, we welcome on campus. We know a lot of our students have nowhere else to go during a semester. We have computer labs on our campuses. We have computers in our libraries. So we believe we have adequate facilities for our students if they don't have their own computer and online access to be able to connect.
Are there new protocols regarding keeping places sanitized?
Yeah, all of our staff are redoubling efforts on sanitizing, as well as our food services vendors on our campuses are paying particular attention to that. We've already seen changes in serving styles and things like that to try and maximize.
For people who teach in person and there needs to be approval for that, what kind of screening or qualifications has, for those in?
We're asking that all classes that can be taught online will be, rather than making it a matter of personal preference. So for classes that absolutely can't be taught online, we will have a campus level approval process.
Just clarifying that people who have to do laboratory sessions can still go to labs?
We, right now, we believe that labs can be taught online, and that is being done all over the country. It is actually also being done on some of our campuses as well. There is special software that can help with simulations. There are also ways, for example, one of our campuses, again, this is in the spirit of our faculty being willing to help each other. A faculty member who teaches chemistry on one of our campuses said, I teach chemistry online, and what I do is I show a video of me doing the experiment, and then I share the data with the students and ask the students to analyze the data. So there's a variety of ways that these kinds of things can be done, and we'll be working with our faculty also to identify other kinds of software that can do online labs.
In your email, I noticed that you said most already scheduled travels should be canceled, yet not all of them have been. I'm a UH student, and I will be traveling to Japan in the summer, and it hasn't been canceled yet. Why hasn't they all been canceled?
I'm not familiar with your specific case. I think, things might be better by summer. I would be pretty cautious. I wouldn't be planning on it, but it's possible. Japan is currently a level 2 country. If it turns into a level 3 country, it will be canceled.
For certain, what protocol do you have in place for students who may be going to a high-risk area and then coming back?
We will be advising anyone who goes to a level 3 location on personal travel that they should expect to self-quarantine for 14 days.
With the cancellation of athletic events, has any kind of decision been made in regards to season ticket holders or?
Yeah, the athletic department is beginning to communicate on those matters. I've been in touch with athletic director about 97 times today. And we're looking at how to do that. We're hopeful that we'll be able to apply credits to future. I mean, our fans are great, and we think many of them will be willing to support us into next season.
With one of the athletic teams right now, I think the volleyball team's in California, the basketball team's getting ready to fly home. Is there any kind of process in place for the teams that are currently on the mainland?
We'll get back to you with those specific questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, in May of 2009, Hawaii had 550 cases of the H1N1 virus and just reported its first death. What makes this situation so much worse?
Wow. I think you should, well, you want me to say it right, but I would check the CDC webpage. I would watch CNN or anything. The mortality rate is much higher than for H1N1. It can transmit before people who are infected are symptomatic, which is a problem. And it is my belief that we don't yet know the extent of infection in this country due to the scarcity of testing kits over the past month or so.
Was any action taken by University of Hawaii when the CDC had confirmed cases in 2009?
H1N1, yeah, the webpage I mentioned about moving teaching online was actually developed for H1N1. We ended up not having to pull the trigger, as it was the case throughout most of the country.
Even after the first death?
Even after the first death, that's correct. Yeah.
Safety is absolutely a priority, but are you concerned about the economic fallout of this? And as you just referenced, the possible long-term effects of this, are you worried it's going to impact fall enrollment?
Economically, I am personally much more worried about the impact on the global economy, the national economy, and the Hawaii economy than on our sort of micro issue of enrollment. I am concerned about that, but I think there are a whole lot of factors that are going to reshape this economy based on this pandemic.
Any more questions?
Do you have any possible means of cases within the university system?
I do not.
Is that Manoa experience still happening since it is before April 13th and it's not in a confined space?
We're in discussion. It will likely be canceled. We believe the risk of that is too high, even though I love that event.
Any idea of revenue loss, like the number of?
No, not at this time.